I know what you're thinking. Fucking finally, bro. Hey, what's up guys? So today is episode 6 of LGBT. If you guys don't know what this is a series that I created myself, and I talk about basically everything that happened in the LGBT community, whether that is politically, internationally, or on social media. But before I get into all that, let me talk to you about this really cool app called the Amino app. Amino is an app where you can join communities of your interest. So Amino just came out with this new thing called stories. They have all kind of different stories for different interests. For example, we have Harry Potter right here, BTS, anime, and my favorite, LGBT. So you can scroll through here, just take a look at different things. They have quizzes that you can interact with. They have a little Fortnite video. They have drawing videos, pretty much any interest that you can think of. Okay, so for example, I just posted my first story on how to come out. So you go up here and search for my profile, go to users, type in it's Sam Collins, and then I have 18 followers, so I'm very, very famous. Click the follow button, and if you want to put notifications on, there's a bell right there too. And that's my first story. See how beautiful it looks? It's very beautiful. I will be posting stories frequently on the app, so if you do want to follow me, check out my description, check out the link, sign up, and follow me. So first on our list, we're going to talk about political happenings. A very highly requested situation was the Trump administration and US embassies flying pride flags. So if you don't know, June is Pride Month. The US embassies in Israel, Germany, Brazil, and Latvia, Queen Latvia, definitely said that wrong, I'm so sorry, are among those who have requested permission from Trump's State Department to fly the pride flag on their flagpoles and have been denied. Typically, US embassies don't really fly any flags besides like their own flags that are important to them. And you know, people have asked,
hey, it's June, like, can we fly a rainbow flag?
And they're basically just like, no. So that's kind of what happened, and a lot of people were mad about it because they think that it is wrong. So let's talk about the Trump policy on transgender healthcare. Many of the articles that I read have basically said people who work in healthcare can refuse to work on a transgender patient based on their religious or moral beliefs. In this article right here by Fenway Health, Boston, where I'm from, gotta love Boston people, right? They're the fucking best. Today, the Trump administration finalized a healthcare regulation proposed in early 2018 that will protect the statutory conscious rights of healthcare providers. The rule grants federal non-discrimination protection to healthcare providers who deny services to people who violate the provider's sincerely held religious beliefs. So basically, if a patient comes in and they are not up to your religious standards, you can deny to work on them because of your religion. This bitch disgusting. I'm gonna just throw my opinion in here, and I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna. If you're going to be working with many people in your life, like you're a doctor, I don't think you should be worried about your religious beliefs when working on a patient with saving someone's life. I don't think that matters. Okay, so let's move on to international happenings. We have a lot of these. What is first on the list is I want to talk about trans women who are getting killed. There are many, many trans women getting killed. Take a look at this. So a Detroit man was charged with killing 2 gay men and a trans woman. Is that surprising? No. Police allege that Devon Robinson, who was 18, shot 5 people inside a home on Detroit's east side on May 25th, killing 3 people who were 21, 20, and 20. And authorities are actually saying it was a homophobic and transphobic attack. A 25-year-old asylum seeking from El Salvador died on Saturday in a hospital in Texas after she was detained for over a month and complained of chest pains, officials said. Leon had reportedly pleaded for medical help and was held in poor conditions. That is just another death of many that have happened this year already. Let's talk about straight pride for a second. Great, I know, right? Fortunately, the city that decided to bring this upon themselves was Boston. Fucking fantastic Boston. These dudes decided that they wanted to start a straight pride parade because it's Pride Month and everyone should be prideful. So they figured,
why not throw a straight pride parade? If everybody else has to be celebrated, why can't we be celebrated?
So this dude wrote on Facebook, for them, everything is based upon identity and whether or not one is categorized as a victim or an oppressor. If you get victim status, then you are entitled to celebrate yourself and accept those with oppressor status to defer to your feelings. I think a lot of us can agree on this, and I'm gonna say it as a straight guy. The reason the LGBT community has a parade is because they've been oppressed for so many years. They've been beaten, threatened, harassed, discriminated against for as long as I can count. Me going down the street and holding the hands of my girlfriend, no one's gonna do anything to me. People who aren't straight have to fear walking down the street and not getting harassed or beat up because of their sexuality. And this brings me into my next topic. There were actually 2 lesbians who were beat up in London for being lesbians. So 5 teenagers have been arrested with a homophobic attack on 2 women who were on a London bus. Let me read this right here. This is the story. If you want to skip it, you can skip to this right here, but if you want to listen to the story, it is very scary. Last Wednesday, I had a date with Chris. We got on the night bus heading for her place in Camden Town, climbed upstairs and took the front seats. We must have kissed or something because these guys came after us. I don't remember if they were already there or if they've got on after us. There were at least 4 of them. They started behaving like hooligans, demanding that we kissed so they could enjoy watching, calling us lesbians, and describing sexual positions. I don't remember the whole episode, but the word scissors stuck in my mind. It was only them and us there. In an attempt to calm things down, I started making jokes. I thought this might make them go away. Chris even pretended she was sick, but they kept on harassing us, throwing us coins, and becoming more enthusiastic about it. The next thing I know is that Chris is in the middle of the bus fighting with them. On an impulse, I went over there, only to find her face bleeding and 3 of them beating her up. I don't think any of us are going to disagree that this is wrong. People who want to say that nobody cares about what LGBT people do anymore, yes, people do care, and it's insane that 3 grown men would beat up a woman because she's a lesbian. So to make things a little bit brighter, I've got a couple of things that are good news for you right here. Italy elects its first transgender mayor. His name is Gianmarco Negri. Probably didn't say that right either. He's a 40-year-old lawyer and was elected mayor of Tremello, a town of 3,700. First transgender mayor in Italy. Fucking congrats, bro. Let's just give a round of applause for him for 5 seconds. Botswana, a country in Africa, has actually changed their gay sex laws. Botswana's High Court has overturned a colonial-era law criminalizing consensual same-sex relations and a landmark victory for Africa's LGBTQ movements. So basically, it's not illegal to do gay things in Botswana now. That ends us on a positive note for the international happenings. So let's move into social media, my favorite. So if you didn't hear, quite a long time ago, James Charles and Tati. There's a whole dramatic thing. I'm sure you know what it was. So basically, a makeup guru on YouTube by the name of Tati. She released a whole video on him being a bad person, whatever, and I wanted to highlight the subject of him hooking up with straight men who are not consenting to it. That was one of her main points in her video.
Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. You know, it's really disgusting to manipulate someone's sexuality, especially when they are still, you know, emerging into adulthood.
It was actually like a 40-minute video, and it was taken down. So if you didn't see it, that sucks for you. She took it down after James Charles' response, where he showed a lot of receipts and basically backed up his point where he was like, hey, no, these guys were questioning and I didn't do anything bad, so fuck you. After James Charles made the video defending himself about those accusations, Tati didn't post anything else. She posted on Twitter and she said, I'm not going to talk about this anymore, blah, 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 blah. You can believe who you want to believe. Let's talk about the YouTube CEO for a minute, because that's some risky business that I love to post on her website that she owns. So a lot of people are mad at the CEO of YouTube because a couple of weeks ago, YouTube, which is owned by Google, drew blowback for not taking stricter actions against a conservative comedian named Steven Crowder. He makes videos like this, who targeted Carlos Maza, a writer and video host for Vox. Maza created a supercut of Crowder calling him a lispy sprite and a little queer. YouTube said Crowder's videos didn't violate the site rules. The company later said that it would demonetize Crowder's channel. So to put it into simpler terms once again, many people were mad and were with Carlos because they were like,
yeah, YouTube doesn't care about the LGBT community.
And I can back that up a little bit because YouTube likes to demonetize anything that you put in the title or description that has to do with LGBT. My channel's been fine now, but in the past, all my stuff was demonetized for saying trans or gay or LGBT or whatever. And I'm just going to use for an example, I made a video about somebody who is otherkin, whatever that means, and I basically just kind of said, what is this person doing? They think that they're trans cat. And my channel got a strike, and that video was taken down until I repealed it, and then someone had to review it and said it was okay, and it was totally fine after that. Why would a video about someone who identifies as a cat get taken down for harassment versus a transphobic video talking about how horrible and disgusting transgender people are not get taken down? That doesn't make sense to me at all. Something else I thought was funny was Elijah Daniel owns a city, and he named it Gay Hell. So if you guys don't know Elijah, he is a YouTuber. In 2017, Daniel was also mayor of Hell and banned heterosexual people in the town as a stunt. He says that his first act as owner at this time was only to allow pride flags after Trump administration put a ban on embassies flying pride flags. So it's pretty much just a funny thing. I thought it was funny. I would love to take a trip to Gay Hell one day. That's probably where I belong. It's probably where a lot of us belong, who are in the LGBT community. Something that needs to be said are companies selling pride products. I went into the mall the other day, and every single store I walked by was selling something rainbow. And I've never seen that in my life. I'm 23 years old. I am old. I'm in the grave. And I walked by every store, and they had something rainbow. I'm talking about Nike, American Eagle, Nordstrom, Walmart, Hollister, Aeropostale, Zoomies, Forever 21, H&M. Are any of these companies giving a percentage to the LGBT community?
No.
I thought it was funny because LGBT is a great thing to sell. Very easy to sell. Anyone sees a rainbow, they're gonna buy that shit because they're prideful. So all these companies were like,
yo dude, we gotta get that rainbow shit out, we gotta sell that shit, make that money.
and I definitely know that they made a lot of money from that. Jonathan Van Ness came out as non-binary. If you don't know who that is, he is from Queer Eye, and he said this: the older I get, the more I think I'm non-binary. I'm gender non-conforming. Like some days I feel like a man, but then other days I feel like a woman. I just thought that was pretty cool because I really liked him on Queer Eye. I thought he was hilarious. Something else I knew that you guys know is Dan Howell came out as gay. He made a very long video on it, but he basically just came out as gay. So congratulations to him. Congrats, Dan. And the last thing I want to talk about is The Sims. They came out with pride stuff on their game, which is fantastic. I have played The Sims since I was like 1. And that brings me to the conclusion of LGBT. So to end this video, I want to ask you the question of, do you think heterosexuals deserve a parade? Start a debate in the comments. Be nice to each other, be respectful, but give me your honest answers. Thank you for watching, and if you do want to follow me on Amino, I'm giving LGBT advice. So check that out in the description below too. I love you guys. Peace.